Hello everyone, I'm Debs Corkorán. I'm Chief Specialist Projects and Research for HAEI, and I'm delighted to be here with Professor Brüsom Zuravom and Professor Konradom Borkom, our co-chairs for the Scientific Committee for the HAE Global Conference. With the event very sadly, but very rightly cancelled given the global crisis we're all facing and living through at this time, we wanted to take a few minutes with our co-chairs to reflect on what could have been in Frankfurt this weekend and to announce a new initiative to bring the scientific track to you as much as we can. So Bruce, if it's okay, could I ask you first about how you feel not being in Frankfurt and what you were looking forward to about the conference?
Well, first of all, Debs, it's great to be on this call with you. And I certainly do miss not being in Frankfurt. But like all of us, I feel that canceling this meeting was certainly the correct decision to make. What brings us together is always the desire to help people lead a normal life. And we certainly don't want to increase the risk of having attendees come down with COVID-19. So I strongly support this decision. But beyond that, what I'll personally miss most is the opportunity to meet so many of my HAE friends from around the world, both old and new friends, of course. I find these meetings really rejuvenate my enthusiasm and my optimism and really help me stay motivated to push forward to try to bring a better future to people with HAE. And so not having the meeting, just forces me to, in this isolation, to make sure that I don't lose my focus and that we keep our connections and it's a little bit harder to work together, but I'm confident we will. So that's what I really miss most.
And Konrad, how about you?
Yes, also from my side, welcome to the HAE Global meeting and the scientific track. Of course, I regret very much that we cannot meet face to face in Frankfurt. The weather is fine in Frankfurt. Frankfurt is a wonderful city, have a lot to offer. One point, Heinrich Quincke, who first described Quincke's edema, lived and worked in Frankfurt, and his villa and his big park are still today there. But we had no choice. We had to move away from Frankfurt, and now we would really thank the organizers that we found this wonderful possibility to do the meeting in this form. And it's a real pleasure to see that we have a lot of abstracts from all over the world, from North America, South America, from Europe, including Russia, from India, a lot of countries. So it will be, I'm sure it will be an interesting meeting.
Thank you. Thinking as you just started to, Konrad, very specifically about the scientific track, were there any abstracts in particular that had caught your eye, or any discussions or that you were particularly looking forward to?
I think I don't want to put emphasis on one single of the abstracts or presentations. All are of high quality, and the whole spectrum of HAE is touched. Basic science, diagnosis, treatment, and the psychological burdens. Many of the abstracts are dealing with genetics, either from HAE due to C1 inhibitor deficiency or HAE with normal C1 inhibitor, and others are a lot are dealing with the psychological burden, and of course there are a lot of abstracts concerning the treatment. And we will see all abstracts, all presentations are interesting. They bring us forward in our knowledge about HAE, and they will motivate it to do future research for HAE.
And Bruce, was there anything in particular you were looking forward to?
Yeah, well, I mean, I certainly agree with Conrad that I would not want to try to rank them, and I think that they're all very interesting and good. So I'll talk more from my own personal interest and what I was most looking forward to, things that I wanted to learn about. And to be really honest, I'm actually interested in anything and everything about HAE. It's a subject that really consumes me, but there were several that I was really focused in and eager to learn more about. And one was a murine model of HAE attacks. So the lack of a good animal model has made it harder to unravel all of the mechanisms that are at play in HAE, and makes it harder to develop new approaches to treating the disease. So I was looking forward to hearing what this research was about, because a good animal model that truly mimics human HAE could be a major advance in the field. So that's one. Another area that I was very interested in is related to the genetics that Conrad talked about, but in particular, linking genotype to phenotype. And what that means is the ability to use the genetic information to predict the severity and course of the disease in humans. And if we've made progress in this area, it would help us tailor and individualize therapy based on what we could predict a patient would need. So I thought, you know, I'm always very interested in hearing advances in that area. And the last, just sort of a general area, again, mentioned by Conrad, but something I'm particularly interested in, is the interactions between stress and HAE. And this is a very potent and important relationship that's really been recognized since Osler in 1888. So we've known about it a long time, but we still don't understand it. And I think just parenthetically, it's a area that's probably going to be very important during this pandemic, because everybody's under stress, and maybe mostly more HAE patients than the general population. So it was an area that I think is timely and important, and I would have loved to have heard. But again, I'll finish by agreeing with Conrad. I was eagerly awaiting the opportunity to hear all of the work, and, you know, have a lot of offline discussions, and just, you know, try to push the field forward.
I know, and thank you both. I know from the rest of the scientific committee that they echo your thoughts, that there was a lot of really interesting work put forward, and all of it was of a very, very high quality. And what we're really excited to be able to talk about now is that we're really hoping to be able to bring some of this work to the audience. And I wondered, Conrad, if you might just be okay to tell us a little more about how we're hoping to do this.
Yes, I can do it. I can do that. We are delighted to take the scientific track as virtual as we can. We have invited all authors where their abstracts would have been accepted as at least a poster presentation to take part in a short recorded Zoom meeting where they will be able to present the data from the abstract. These recordings would then be hosted online at the conference web page and promoted via HAE social channels. And we'll be recording and adding these over the next few weeks to the web page. So please keep an eye out for them.
Oh, Conrad, thank you very much. We are really excited to be able to bring this to people. And for those authors that accept the invitation, as Conrad said, we'll be recording these and adding them to the website over the next couple of weeks. Really, at this point, I just want to say thank you both for joining me on this Zoom meeting so that we could chat a little bit about this and share your thoughts and the new initiative with those who are who are watching this. And just the final messages for everybody to keep an eye out on the webpage. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Debs.
Thank
and everybody stay well, please.
Thank you.